Hello everyone, welcome again to my weekly review. Today I still want to talk about the opening server slogan. It is about electoral justice, not economic justice, but justice towards achieving democracy in Kenya. It is a problem that we have to be very careful about because it is going to affect our future elections. Currently, especially from 2007, we decided to move from the pure manual system to adopt the electoral system, using the electronic system of elections. However, for the three elections that have been held in Kenya since 2013, we've always had a challenge. There are many challenges that arise with this thing called servers. Most of our elections, large percentage is done manually, but the transmission is still an issue. In 2013, in 2017, and the 2022 elections. The opening server slogan does not just have to serve the Raila narrative of who won the election, but we want to build confidence. We want to create some kind of confidence in our electoral system and in our democratic system. Ruto has no choice but to facilitate and allow the opening of server, so as Kenyans to continue participating in the democratic system of today and even tomorrow. Kenyans need to vote. Kenyans always want that their voices are being heard whenever they go for an election. But if we feel that there is no justice, our voice is not being heard every time we go for elections, it creates some questions, some worries. That is why it is almost 7 months since elections were held in Kenya, but the open the server slogan is still going on. It is a fight that will never end until that server is open. That audit of the server system is achieved. It is a war that will go on. The economic war aside. Now it is democratic war, the war for electoral justice in Kenya. People will go to street for this issue. So if I were Ruto, I won't waste time. Create the confidence that Kenyans want on you. You want your legitimacy to be valid. The only way you have is to open the IEBC servers. Through the bipartisan parliamentary committee that has been created, if I were you, I would put electoral justice a priority, because that is what Kenyans are looking for. Let me explain to you something, Mr. President, and the supporters of the regime. Even if Raila decides not to vie again, do you think Kenyans will be confident enough to go for another elections with the current server, with the current electoral system? No. In fact, very few people will participate in our elections. It will reduce. A population of maybe 50 million or 30 potential voters, you just get 5 million people participating. If the system is maintained, if we can't get electoral justice, and this is so dangerous for the country. It makes the president powerless. It makes the government powerless, and people may not trust the government anymore. That is why, to solve any issue of electoral justice, it must start with the what? The audit of the what? IEBC servers. We must know the process of our elections. Mr. President, tell the IEBC to open the servers. It is very necessary to open the servers for the future survival of this country. You see, you take this thing lightly and you use the politicians to create a narrative that all is okay. Let me assure you, all is not okay. We are relying on that server to know whether we always elect president or somebody somewhere chooses for us the president of our republic. That is why you have to open the servers. Servers is the way to go. We don't want a handshake. No one wants a handshake. If Raila wants a handshake, that is Raila. But Kenyans want to know what happens during our elections. Can we trust the electoral system? That is all we want to know. Opening the server does not just serve Raila. Opening the server serve the future elections. We want reforms. We want electoral justice. We want to go to an election that we know every vote counts. We don't want to be in a dictatorship government. Yes, right now, people view you as a dictator. People view you as someone who entered power through backdoor. But it is very simple. What is funny about opening the server? Open this server, Mr. President. Let the bipartisan committee be focused on the electoral justice. And if you fail to open the server, look at Kenya. Right now, a large percentage, let me just tell you this, Mr. President. Kenya is almost a population of around 50 million and maybe 28 or 30 million potential voters. In the 2022 general election, look at the people who showed up for election. Out of the registered almost 22 million registered voters, only around 14 million showed up to vote. It means around 8 million didn't show up to vote. And out of the 22 registered voters, we have a potential electing voters of 28. Around 6 million refused to register. They refused to register to vote. 8 million did not vote, though they were registered. What do you expect in the next general election if we can't know our electoral justice? So, Mr. President, just open the servers. That will create an opportunity to have confidence on our elections in Kenya. Thank you.